So, sorry, we were talking about Davis and Wolff.
Yeah. So Wolff's law was kind of the first law, and it just says that when you add load to the body, the bones of the body will just adapt to the load. For example, when you have, is it called bracelet? Bracelet?
Yeah, mouth brace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example because you're trying to form the teeth bone into a certain structure.
Okay.
Or for another example, a karate master, when you take a look at their hand, for example, the hand bones are bigger than usual hand bones. So that's the one thing. So our bones always adjust to the load we put them, what we give them. And the other thing is Davis' law, and that basically just says that our connective tissue is adapting to the load we expose it to. For example, when we're training in the gym, so we want to use that law to get bigger muscles and to look better, to have bigger biceps or something. And then when you look at those two laws, the next thing is that we're constantly under load because we always have gravity pulling us downwards, so we are constantly under load. So basically our body is always adapting. So basically when we're sitting at the desk, it's kind of a training for our body to adjust or to adapt into that position. So it's like when we have 8-hour shift of working at the desk job, it's like 8-hour training for our body to adapt into that position and get better at that position. So all our tissue, our bones adapt to sitting at the desk.
So gravity is basically training you to sit in a poor forward-based posture with shortened flexors and weakened bones.
Yeah. But
so now, if that's the case, I mean, how do you make up for it?
that's the question. The question is, can we have 8 hours of desk sitting training reversed in a 1 hour gym session? I think the question is then once again about lifestyle changes and how can we get rid of the bad adjustment or bad adaptation and get into the point of good adaptation.
Okay, so is the answer here to pump out your 8 or 10 or maybe 12 hours in front of the desk and then mop it up with an hour of super intense training, or is it better to maybe do like broken up intervals throughout the day? So maybe do 2 hours of work and then stand up and do 15 minutes of stretching and some loading and then another 2 hours of work.
Yeah, I think that the second option would be the most usable for the people, because when we turn that around, I mean 12 hours of training your biceps, for example, like 12 hours of getting much training into the biceps, and then you need a little bit more rest to get it going again, to get back to the training. So you need shorter training sessions and more rest session of the training. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I mean, something I've always found has worked quite well for me, but this, you need to have a relative base to do this from, is to train within a fairly strong realm of your capacity. So do something you know you can do with, in order to retain yourself, and then just basically keep a relatively active lifestyle throughout the day. So I mean, not that my day is the most active sitting at the desk, but still, there are long periods where I'm sitting in fixed positions and working in fixed positions that my body also starts to adapt, and also times where I'm sitting in a very compromised position doing admin over a plinth. It's not exactly ergonomically set up, but I generally find I can sit and focus for maybe 30-45 minutes, but I then got to get up and do something.
Yeah, because you're used to have an active lifestyle.
So what's the moral of the story?
I think the moral of the story is that we as a human species are incredibly capable of adaptation, and because we can live like in ice, like Eskimos, or we can live in deserts. So we have really good adaptation. So now we have to figure out how can we use that to our advantage. Do we want to get into a bulked up, slumped up position because we're spending 12 hours a day just sitting, or can we get into more upright position because we're going to break that sitting up and let gravity just do the work to build a strong, tall foundation.
It's possibly where the investment of a standing desk
Could be.
might be ideal.
Yeah.
So a combination of a standing desk and doing 30 squats and 20 burpees every hour might just enhance your output and your work capacity.